don't know. Maybe he's watching Tusk.
Tusk is peak cinema. I'm glad I watched
Really?
it.
Is it actually, like, be honest with me, Charge?
It's like a real. All right, so want me to give you like a quick plot, like a quick overview of the
Sure.
story? All right, so basically, there's these two guys. I
Snapchat
forget.
and
One's
Daniel.
Howard. One's named Wallace. And I forget what his other friend's name
Damn
is.
it.
But basically, they run the podcast. You know, they're like Andrew Tate and what's the other guy's name? Um, Andrew. And no, Andrew. What's the other dude's name from like the Tate brothers? All right, so it's basically like brothers. They call an NOTSSSEE or a Nazi party because Wallace likes to travel, but his friend won't leave the house. So like they found this stupid video of a kid messing around with a sword and cutting his leg off. So Wallace proceeds to go to Canada, but the kid killed himself. And so
Oh,
like
speaking of, I
what
just
happened?
killed
So
myself.
then Wallace because like he feels like he just wasted like $1,000 to go to Canada. So then he sees this thing covered up by like a bajillion other posters on like the poster board thingy, and it's like invitation to live with Howard, because Howard, Howard Howe, he's like supposedly crippled and can't walk, which is a skill issue on his part. Does it get better? Upgrade your walking. But so Wallace goes and wants to hear about his stories, and so Wallace uses the bathroom, and he has a bunch of creepy relics on the wall. Just this house would be really disturbing. So Howard cooks up some tea and gives it to Wallace. Wallace drinks it, gets knocked out, poison, wakes up with one of his legs gone. So then Wallace has to call friends. Not Howard's like, nah, some random doctor that totally exists came
Dr.
here, said no
Eggman.
phones for you. Dr. Eggman is crazy. Hold on, I can just turn this to its own video
It's just
alone.
Smash Bros, but with
Um,
Tusk.
Charged explaining Tusk Lore. So then, Howard, like, I mean, not Howard, Wallace. Jesus, I hate mixing up the names. Wallace, like, later in the night, because he, like, since, like, he also paralyzed him, like, not permanently paralyzed, but, like, until, like, he can undergo and become, like, since, alright, so they're eating dinner. Then Howard said, Howard's eating. He's like, "Why aren't you eating, motherfucker?" And Ross says, "I can't move my arms. You fucking paralyzed me. What do you want to do with me?" And then Howard says, "I want to find out the myth if you're a walrus at heart."
Oh, is that
Walrus
where
at
that
heart is
breaking comes
crazy.
from?
Yes. So then, like he starts crying and yelling at Howard, and then Howard just bitch slaps him across the face. And then what's it called again? Wallace gets not Howard goes up to sleep because like he's an old man. Like he's prehistoric. Like he probably made Jesus his robe.
What? Telling Jesus right now.
Yeah, 'cause he's like he was part of every major of like world event. So then
Hey, yo,
what's it called again? Um Wallace finds his phone and calls his girlfriend and the other podcaster, his homie, and they were having an affair while he was gone. And ironically, when she's like, the girl's about to put up her phone and to like, go have fun with the podcaster's friend, you know, p- um, 18, plus stuff. So then they like don't answer him, and he says, and like he's trying to tell that this man trying to turn him to fucking wall. They're trying to do the deed. Oh no. So hold up, did you not hear the part where I just mentioned how Wallace finds his phone, tries to call his girlfriend, she doesn't answer, tries to call his best homie, aka the other podcaster. And they're no, because like they were getting ready to have an affair. And then Howard comes in, knocks him out, like literally just shoves a broom in the back of his neck. Right. So then is like then like I think like a minute passes by in the film. Then like we see all four, both of Wallace's arms and legs are cut off. So like that's the arm part, like your forearm and four legs or whatever they're called. So, like there's still a parts there. Howard wakes up with tongue cut off, vocal cords rearranged, and then Howard walks in and sees you wake up. How Wallace is screaming and crying, says, "Hush, Wallaces never cry," in true walrus fashion. So at the same time the podcaster guy and girl yeah, Wallace and podcaster friend, well, Wallace's girlfriend and podcaster friend go to Canada by now, hit up the police. The police redirects them to this guy who's um bounty hunter crap. Um and like he met Howard 20 years ago, and like he said he worked at a ice skating rink, and they later found hockey player his arms and legs cut off. So then it pans back to Walrus, I think, and like there's a chain tied to his newfound tail in the walrus suit that he's like now part of. And then like Howard's like a walrus must learn to swim. And like he had this entire thing decked out. He has the beach sounds. Like I swear to God, like you'd be convinced you're a damn walrus. So like he like pulls some cord and then Wallace starts drowning, and he sees another body and like gets scared to death. Oh yeah, the gift name. That's what I was referring to. Oh yeah, the bounty hunt. Oh yeah, that's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's Canada Tusk. I forgot about that. So Johnny Depp meets up with podcaster and Wallace's girlfriend. And like you see, this guy's already hella sus of Wallace. I mean not Wallace, Howard. But like each time Howard's like even suspected of doing something, he dips and moves to a new house. So then, they podcasters friend, Wallace's girlfriend and Johnny Depp, aka Captain Jack Sparrow, head to um the directions that Wallace needed from the two Canadian girls. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that they're in Canada. So like the police guy that I mentioned earlier says so they pull up. They pull up to Howard's crib. They hear Wallace screaming because like Howard's about to go in his own walrus suit and they're about to fight to the death. Like the things that Howard have done. Okay, for a bit of context, he starts calling Wallace Mister what did he call Wallace? Oh yeah, Mr. Tusk. Mr. Tusk. Um So, since like when he was stranded at basically he was abused, got sexually harassed by people in like the mental institute he got put in. He had he says has things put in his mouth and rectum that no one should have to experience. That's what he says. And proceeds to that's like before he turns Howard to a walrus. Like as he's doing it. Then what alright. So then, the gang pulls up to Howard's crib. To, they hear the battle cry of Mr. Tusk, Walrus Man Wallace, and they pull up to that crib. Yeah, they pop in with guns. Like I knew that like Jack Sparrow was like a king in combat. Why'd you leave the freaking arena? He's a king in combat. I didn't know he was strapped as well. So then, Depp and the gang pull up in like it's like Luigi's Mansion esque house. Like there's seven floors. That's like there's like 70 different floors to his house. They eventually get to the weird, goofy basement. where like they're about to have the huge fight, the will to fight the night, if you will. And then like they come in and watching Howard. I mean not Howard, Wallace brutally stabbing Howard with his tusk. Then Johnny Depp pulls out a gun like Shadow the Hedgehog. He like presumably shoots Wallace, or they convince him not. I forget. And then camera pans to 1 year later. They go podcaster and Wallace's girlfriend pull up to wildlife sanctuary. Um, they try to call for Wallace for some reason. Yeah, he's still a walrus. So they just throw him in a wildlife enclosure. That's peak cinema. That's Tusk lore for you.